to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take it all away. Yeah, yeah. Losing the station. Yep.
All right, 101 Extra United.
Yeah. Reaching that dead zone. No radio anymore. I don't really feel like searching through like 100 Mexican channels just to find good rock and roll. It's all going to be, no, really. You live in Texas, you're either going to get a Spanish station, an evangelical station, or a country station. But finding rock and roll, there's maybe one in every major city, and God, is it annoying. Hello everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood tangent here. I like that. Ooh, yes. Because I told you guys, my favorite superhero is Spider-Man. I'm gonna do that. Your friendly neighborhood tangent. That's how I'm gonna do it. Alright, so, I left off, I was talking to you guys about writing and how it really is, it really is a profession and it really is something you have to have passion for. Kind of want to move on from there. So, we've talked a lot about writing, and I talk about writing a lot in general. It might come up again. My name is Tangent, so don't expect me to keep one train of thought. The point of this is to be entertaining in the way that I have ADHD and I cannot stick to one train of thought for too long. So, there's some other stuff I wanted to talk about in the last video that I just forgot about. One of them is this. This is not normal for me. Some people like my beard. I don't. My ex didn't, so I usually shave it. But I don't either. I tend to look feminine and baby-faced without it, but I look better. It doesn't grow evenly. And I don't know. My friends used to make fun of it, and ever since then I've been self-conscious about it. So some people say it makes me look more mature, makes me look more masculine, but I'm not really, I don't care about masculinity. So this won't be normal, I don't think. Especially since it doesn't grow evenly and that annoys the heck out of me. But my dad did point something out that's kind of funny. We were playing Risk, and he said my beard, not my face, but my beard reminded him of Genghis Khan because I had Mongolia, and so we were talking about Mongolia because your beard looks Mongolian. I'm not sure that I see that. Do you guys see that? But there is something else you guys probably see that I've been told a lot. I was not told this until until I started dating this person that I had been dating. And then her mother was the first one to tell it to me, and everyone has said it since. But so many people tell me I look like a young Johnny Depp. And my stepmom loves Johnny Depp. She doesn't see it. My dad, I don't know if he sees it. My mom, I think, disagrees. But so many people are like, you look like a young Johnny Depp. I guess it's the hat and the beard. And I guess it might really be the beard. And when I shave it, I might look less like him. But I do like the fedora. It's my favorite hat. I wish people would stop making fun of us and calling us neckbeards. I guess I'm not big enough to be called a neckbeard. I'm skinny as all get out. But I love it's a trilby. It's technically a trilby, not a fedora. But who cares? It's a fedora. I love it. It's stylish. The orange, not so much. The orange, I probably look like a dork. But at the same time, if I'm going to be a YouTuber, this is my hat. This is my look now. So, I like it. I think I'm going to stick to this as my trademark. I might even put an orange fedora on, I might maybe call my company Orange Fedora or put it on there. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm going to look into that. I'll talk to David about it too, because whatever company I start, David has every right to be a part of it. He has been by my side since I was, 14? Yeah, we've known each other for at least 10 years. Yeah, let me tell you about that. So I actually wrote this recently. I decided just to get all of my thoughts out of my head to try writing an autobiography that I may never publish. I joke about being narcissistic, but I'm also really self-conscious about it. I don't like coming across as full of myself. I might be. I might sometimes think I'm the smartest person on the planet. I'm not. I might sometimes have that confidence. Sometimes I don't. But I don't like when it comes across that way. I don't like making myself look like a narcissist. So when I say I'm writing an autobiography, I feel a bit weird. But I am, just to work out my thoughts. And one of the things I talked about was meeting my co-writer, David. And I'm sure, I'm 100% positive that I can talk about him as much as I want. Because he and I are kind of best friends. I have multiple best friends. I have David. I have, I'll call her Orihime until she tells me that I can name drop her. But we used to call her Orihime because of Bleach. Those are my two really close best friends that I've had for a really long time. And then there's also, I have a friend named who we are complete opposites, like in a lot of ways. Like we have complete different political views, but she's an ex, and somehow we became good friends after I was a terrible boyfriend, and after all of that fell through. And we disagree on a lot of stuff, but we're just good friends. I don't understand why. I love it, but you know. But anyway, David. So back when I was like 12 or 13 or 14, my dad's church was doing a mission trip to Galveston after Hurricane Katrina. And that should help you guys figure out the timeline better than I have it in my head. But yeah, I was born 1993 and it was after Hurricane Katrina, so figure that out for me. And I decided to go on the mission trip. At the time, I was trying to be closer to God. I've been agnostic for a long time, but I was still trying. I was still trying to cling to that. And I still respect people that have that faith, and I will defend their right to believe in God forever. So I decided to go on that mission trip, and we met up at the church, at my dad's church, and they told us, hey, we want you to find someone that you've never met before and talk to them. And we want you to sit next to them this trip and make a new friend. That was their personal goal that they set for all of the kids on the youth mission trip. Well, this colossal guy walks up to me, and I love saying it that way. This guy walks up to me, and mind you, I don't know that I've talked about this before. I've dealt with a lot of bullying and harassment in high school, usually bigger guys. So I was afraid of large males, actually afraid of them. But this huge guy walks up to me, as friendly as can be, and starts talking to me. And my first thought is, this guy could eat me. He could swallow me whole. And David, one of his favorite things is that my first impression of him was cannibalism. And I was tiny. It's not that he's fat, he's not. He's a big guy. And I was 5 foot, even 100 pounds. And he was probably 150, 180 average size football player. He never played football, but he was that size. He started talking to me, and at first I was afraid of him, but eventually we started talking about writing. I told him that I was writing a superhero thing, and he's like, oh my gosh, I love superheroes, I'm writing a superhero thing too. And we talked about it, and we bonded, and oh my gosh, like, we had the same superstitions that I won't get into. We had the same beliefs, we had the same ideas. At the time, we both hated Superman. He and I have both since changed our tune. Him first, and then he converted me. We were both very into writing and directing, and we were both very into storytelling, and we loved it, and we talked about it a lot and shared all of these ideas, and throughout the mission trip we became good friends. One of the things I remember is we got in a sword fight with broomsticks, and I dropped my sunglasses and he stepped on them. He still feels guilty about that, I'm sure. He's such a nice guy, seriously. Like, you do anything to make him feel guilty, and he will apologize for the rest of eternity. I try to get him not to, but he does. He's a good guy. But after the mission trip was over, we gave each other our contact information, and we kept talking, and I don't even remember, when we became best friends. It just kind of naturally happened, to the point that I can't remember a day where I wouldn't be sharing ideas with him. We, every once in a while, will hold a normal conversation. We'll stop and be like, hey, how's your wife doing? He's married. Or, hey, how's this going on? Or, hey, how are you? We'll tell each other what's going on in our lives. But, let's see if I can get over. I need a drink, and there's a place to stop. Yeah, I can get over. So I'm going to stop and get a drink, and then I will continue this story. Where do I want to go? I think, yeah, okay. Of course, they know I'm stopping, and they immediately want in my lap. They want to know what I'm doing. I got it. Get off of me. I'm gonna have to rearrange you guys, because you can't do this while I'm driving. No, you are not getting ice cream. No, we don't have anyone to hold the ice cream for you. We don't have anyone else in the car. If there was someone else in the car, I'd get you ice cream. But I can't responsibly feed you ice cream and drive. So that's not gonna happen. I might share a fry with you, or two, or a nugget. Yeah, I'll get chicken nuggets and I'll get fries, and that way you guys can have some food. But no ice cream today. Sorry. Don't judge me. Ice cream's good for their coats. It's an occasional treat, not an everyday thing. It's when they're good boys, and they've been very good boys, but they're not getting any. Get them off of me for a second. Oh, my hat. Crud. What is it? Now they get squishy. I moved you for a reason.
What can I get for you?
Hi, can I get a number 6 with a large Coke, no ice, please?
Any sauce?
Barbecue.
Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it.
734 at the first window.
Thank you. I hate ice. No, that doesn't do anything. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Go on, I'm going back.
Thank you. They gave me ice. Alright, so, where was I? So, yeah, we do every once in a while have normal conversations, but pretty much for the last 10 years, it has been one ongoing conversation about writing. Like, we will talk about, like, I would throw superhero matchups, like, I'd say this person versus this person, and we'd talk about that a lot. But mostly, we would just discuss writing. And that's something that we've done for years. We've known each other for 10 years now, longer probably. And it's a friendship that has lasted. Wow, I didn't expect to finish this story so easily at that point, or I would have just ended it and then gotten my drink. Man, that's a lot of editing for just one conclusion. So that's David. That's my friendship with him. He's super into DC, I'm super into Marvel, so sometimes we'll compete about that. Well, I'm going to end this one here, and I'm going to eat, and then I'll come back and I'll talk to you guys some more on a new video, probably tomorrow for you. So stay safe, drive safe, and have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.